Hello, how I grow pea microgreens outdoor simple seed to harvest. I created this bed at the end of um, fall 2025, and now it was um, March 8, 2026 when it was kind of warm that day, and then I got out and removed those leaves. So that bed, it was just that we have those bricks outside and for a while, and I'm just trying to use them to create bed. So because again I did some search last year and noticed that those bricks are fine for you to do bed with. So I pretty much remove dirt from some areas of my garden and just put it there and put those bricks around it, and I'm going to plant peas. So we purchased that peas this year, 5 pound bag, and I'm going to weigh so that I can have an idea if it is um, in some way saving us money, like the harvest will be more than what we plant, or how much of seeds can go in that bed when we are doing macro green. So I weighed it, and that one is 7, no, is 1.25 ounces. Okay, three, let's just say 3.20 ounces is that one. And I'm just trying to remove all the debris out of there, because when you are trying to plant microgreen outside, and or when you plant it, you want it to harvest it, and you do not want a lot of things to pick out of it later. I found that it's kind of good for me to um, remove those debris ahead of time. At least it's a process for me as well. So now that I clean up the bed, and again having those leaves there allow a microorganism in the ground to have food over the winter. So now taking all of those out, I'm trying to have some rows there, and 4 or 5 rows there. 1, 2, 3, 4 rows, and the bed again is not very big. So we have 3.20 ounces of peas, and I'm just going to plant them. It's a lot of peas close together. So it's not like peas that are going to grow to full maturity. So, and I'm just going to plant them outside. And I did it last year as well. But again, I'm new to microgreen. I started growing microgreen uh, since 2025. So because I cannot really grow annual vegetables to full maturity easily in my garden without bunny and deer damaging them, I found that microgreen is an alternative option for me as well. Also, peas are growing in 2025 to maturity in an area of my garden where it didn't get damaged by bunny or deer, but it didn't produce a lot of peas for me, and that is a snow peas, Oregon snow peas. You can eat the pod as well, but it didn't produce a lot of peas for us. So for that reason, I decided that growing it as a microgreen might be a better option for me, assuming I can harvest a good amount for eating. And microgreen is a good way to have healthy food incorporate with your diet, because they are, at least based on my research, they are packed with a nutrient, and it does not take long for you to harvest those greens to make salad with. So I weigh again some more, and I didn't pay attention to how much that one was that I weighed, but it seems like I didn't have enough, so I'm going to go and weigh it some more again. And then finish up the rest. And based on my calculation, I will have you did a total of 7.15 ounces. Do you think I'm accurate? Were you able to total all three weights? I wrote down that I um, use 7.15 ounces, and right now I'm just completing those so that I can have a lush growth out of those areas. And again, it was kind of warm. We are in zone 5-8, so it was March 8, 2026. It was kind of warm that day, and I got out and just got that plant ready and planted the microgreen. I couldn't do much outside planting wise, but I thought, well, I didn't know how the weather is going to be, but it would be good to just put some seed down there and cover it and see if we'll be able to harvest some microgreen from it. So now that we have that planted, I fetch water and just pour water on it. And again, those peas I didn't soak it overnight because again it was not quite planted ahead of time. And so just water them in the hole, and the hole is just, I just dig the hole deep enough that I can cover it and just water them, and I can just cover them. So that is the way I'm trying to grow my microgreens, and doing them outside, no grow lights. I don't think I'm very good at growing things indoor. I plan on growing them over winter since I did it outside in 2025, but I didn't grow them over winter indoor. So, and those microgreens, in case you don't know quite what microgreens are, they are small plants, and they generally just feed on the seed. So you'll have like the two leaves when they are out of the seeds. It's called microgreen. And when you leave a little bit, you will have, I think, those are called cotyledon seeds. Those baby two seeds that will come out of the seed and feed on the seed to grow. And then you'll have two leaves will come after one, and then the second one. So when you have those two cotyledon leaves out, it's called microgreen. So you can harvest it at that stage, or you can wait for one true leaves to come out before you harvest, or you can wait for the second true leaves to come out. There are different stages that you can decide to wait. And for when it comes to peas though, I don't know why the cotyledon leaves are, because peas has a real type of leaves that is not clear, like for cabbage type family type of plants, to show their true cotyledon leaves, and their true leaves. Peas is a little bit different. I can't really tell what their cotyledon leaves are, but now I'm done planting, and I'm just trying to get those out and just poke those seeds back in and heavily water that area. And again, that area does not have anything at the bottom, so it was just a place near the building, and I dug the over 2025. I put some boxes there, and or I think it was like play play container that I haul out of another area and left it there. So pretty much I put something there that smothered the grass there over summer last year. And when I took it out of there in fall, the ground was kind of easy for me to add more dirt there and just put those brick there. So when I was done, I covered it with that shower glass. We took it out of our bathroom and I didn't know what to do with it, but I know I could use it in the garden. So some years ago, and I stored it. So I use it to cover that area. And as you can see, we have some snow that came a while later, a few days later, and it took about a month for me to have this growth. So it was like that until April 7, 2026 when I harvested. So it remained there for 1 month because again I planted when it was a little bit chilly outside. So having some warm and some cold weather, well, it remained there for about a month, and then I came to harvest. Again, few times I watered, but now we are going to harvest them. And at the time I was harvesting it, it started growing the tendrils on some. So I was thinking about hoeing it completely with the seed and just cut the bottom, but it didn't come out easily. So I used the scissor to just cut the leaves all above the ground and just put in that. And I harvested 2.70 ounces here and harvested some more as well. So by the time I was done harvesting, I will have, some residual left behind. And I harvest, let's see if I have the weight for the total that I harvested, 710. So if we planted 715 or so, and we harvest 7.5 ounces, I will just say we harvest about the same as we planted. So that is a learning experience for me as well, because I would have expected to harvest more than I planted, but it was not the case. And I don't know, because pea seeds will be heavier so than its leaves. That's why I'm not entirely sure. But we planted as much as we harvested in general. So I use that rake and just rake the ground so that I can pull those seeds. Like staying there for 1 month, they went really deep. So I try to grade that area out and rake that area out and take them out and put them in another bed. And now I'm planting pak choy cabbage. And I waited, I believe, 2.8 ounces and pretty much get those rows set, plant them, and cover them and water them. So as soon as I harvest those peas on April 7, 2025, I took a little bit of time to plant pak choy cabbage, and I rinsed those peas and use the water to water those cabbage that seeds that I plant for the next microgreen. So, and just use that glass door to cover it again. So again, in my journey on growing macrogreen to incorporate more greens in our diet, eating a healthier. And after I was done with that, I harvested some garlic, and those are garlic that we grow as perennials and just eat the leaves. So I harvested them with some Egyptian onion. I bake some fish, and I bake sourdough bread, and just rinse those pea shoot. I grated some carrots we bought at the store. I chopped my garlic leaves and Egyptian onion, And for the dressing, I just use olive oil. I learned last year that microgreen cook easily when you add vinegar to it. In fact, I won't say vinegar because I didn't use vinegar. I use kefir. But when I use kefir, they will just shrink down. And it took me a while to figure out that, oh, when I just use oil, they stay crunchier and don't lose volume. So I use oil and salt, and that's it. And on each serving, I just add some seeds and nuts as well. And moving forward, I'm not going to buy those seeds because they have how will I call it? They use some oil to toast them. So that's something I found recently in the ingredient section. So I prefer to just use some nuts. We like cashew, but cashew are toasted with some oil that I wouldn't want to cook with. When I'm buying those expensive nuts, I would prefer they don't use oil that I might expect in chips, but not in those nuts that are considered healthy and sold at a higher price. So I'm narrowing down to just a certain nut that I can just use. And having that salad and put some nuts on it, serve those fish next to it, and having sourdough bread serve is a healthy combo for me. If you want to buy that combo at a restaurant, that salad alone could be on the pricey side with a little bit of meat on it. But so that is just a way we are trying to incorporate pretty much trying to eat healthy by growing some of our own food to save money and eat healthy in our journey to financial independence. And we are inviting you to join us pursuing your own financial independence and learning different ways to save money by gardening, cooking from scratch, and different ways to and budgeting your money more efficiently, and different ways to save money and different ways to make money by why not creating your own content, swing trading, or selling your handmade products. So, and we are on that journey, and we are just sharing our process with you as well. So thank you so much for watching our videos. I'm Afiavi Liberman, curious of Liberman Consulting L.L.C YouTube channel, or a member of Liberman Consulting L.L.C. And thank you so much for watching our videos. We thank you very much for your time, and thank you for all your comments. We thank you very much for subscribing to our channel. Thank you for your time. Happy gardening.